That is very bright. Settings? I expect there's a betrayal. There's no betrayal here. So bright. You know what? We're not going to use Battle Scribe. This is painful. Sorry. Yeah, I've got stuff I need to do. I can't babysit Varrock every single time. So, yeah. Streaming a bit earlier at the same time he happens to be streaming, but who cares? So, as the title kind of suggests, what browser is this? This is Opera GX. And hey Drills, how are you doing? Also, hey Sorian, and yeah, in case I didn't say hey Nate, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm doing good. So today, I've got, well, basically tomorrow, I've got a game for Horus Heresy, and yeah, I still haven't actually built my army list for tomorrow, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity to go through list building from an army you already have, and yeah, we'll basically just go from there. This is open rebellion against the Tyrant Chapter Master? No comment. But yeah. I've got stuff I need to do this evening, and I want to be productive, and yeah, Varrock streaming is, you know, Varrock streaming. I've got my own stuff I need to get on with. And yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. Building and sorting out my army list for tomorrow. As again, I feel like people keep asking questions about it, so I thought it'd be a good time for me to like go over like a very serious and focused, I have these models, this is the list I'm going to make with them kind of thing. And then yeah, so I just need to think in what medium am I going to be writing out the list, because yeah, Battle Scribe doesn't work at the moment. Well, not properly anyway. Just trying to find something which doesn't blind me. So if you don't mind giving me a moment. Okay, well, I'm gonna need some. I might need some help with this one, guys. If you know any text editors that support a dark mode, it would be really appreciated right now. And you mean we're expected to watch someone who knows the rules talk about Warhammer for once? What madness is this? I know, right? So yeah, yeah. So, come on, camera. So tomorrow I'm playing a 4,000 point game in which I have to bring two 2,000 point armies. One of those is going to be a primary led by my Emperor's Children. The second one is going to be led by Imperial Knights. And yeah, so we're going to have some fun building multiple armies. And why we can't use Battle Scribe for this is, again, because I'm using Imperial Knights and I'll be taking a small detachment of Mechanicum as well, as I'm really interested and excited to see how both armies work out, so I can, you know, let you guys know my opinions on those armies. And yeah, Battle Scribe hasn't been updated fully to support those just yet. But yeah, we'll be building an army list based off, well, every single army list in the game, pretty much. And yeah, if you know any good dark mode text editors, it'd be really handy. And yeah, I am sorry for the level of unprofessionalism on display right now. Hey G, how you doing? I know that would be one. Okay. Yeah, how are you doing today, G? Hope everything's going alright. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a dark mode in Google Docs. And I don't think I have Word on this computer. Yeah, this is really only for gaming and streaming. Now that's a question, does WordPad have dark mode? There's not even options. Okay, never mind. No, I'll try and make Google Docs work. Zero text box, make it black. Shut up. Okay. Doing okay, rough day. A lot of pain and bleeding, nothing new. Well, hopefully it gets better. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, thanks for that, Nate. This will hopefully be a bit nicer as well for us to read as well, because black and white is, you know, apparently better. And I'm just going to try and force dark mode to make this even darker. It works. It will in about another 3 to 4 days. Well, I suppose that's good. Open. Don't need tooltips. I grew up on mods back in the day. White text on black is how my eyes work. Yeah, at work as well I spend most of my time in a terminal, so white on black or yellow on black in some cases is just a lot nicer for me. So first thing we're going to do is, well, I'm going to bring Fulgrim. Yeah, that's just a given. I go up this screen. Go. Great. So, now I've got the book. So, we're doing this manually. So, yeah. The very first thing we need is a HQ choice and 2 troop choices. That's the core essential part to any army. Thanks for donation, G. Really means a lot. Thank you so much for donating. And yeah, at the moment the donations are going towards building a Death Guard army, in order for me to, you know, showcase back to you guys some more weathering techniques and some advice how to like dirty up and grime up your guys. As I'm aware, painting pristine Imperial Knights and Emperor's Children doesn't really give me the opportunity to show you guys those techniques, and I know a lot of you guys want it. So all your donations really help towards getting those models. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to being able to showcase those techniques and that like style of painting for you guys, because I know a lot of you guys are looking forward to that. So, I guess first things we should do, in terms of like actually working out what units we want to bring, is are there any rights of war that we want to use? And the green screen's probably going to have a hissy fit with this. So sorry, it's a bit transparent. So for the Emperor's Children, there are 2 Rites of War. The first one is the Maruscara, which is one I normally run, which allows you to bring in a bunch of units and they can outflank and catch your enemy off guard. Really good one, quite strong, and yeah, I really like. Or there's the Third Company Elite Rite of War, which allows us to take cacophony as troops, and allows us to take surgical augmentations on all of our guys, even if they wouldn't otherwise be able to. And I think this is quite fun as well. Allows us to see a different side to the Emperor's Children. So I'm kind of tempted to do that as well. And I'm pretty happy either way. So, do you want to see Emperor's Children played more aggressively? Or for this list, should we try and build a more elite army, which is, a lot more chaosy? For the Emperor's Children, what would you guys like to see? Either way, this, I'm more or less using you guys as a coin toss. I'm happy either way, but yeah, what would you guys want to see? Melee or range? I guess is another way of looking at it. More elite or very fast. Melee time is always a good time. Yeah, that is very true. So yeah, we could do melee. Well, I mean, either way was going to be kind of a melee focus as Emperor's Children. Thing from a Song of Our People. Ooh, so we've seen a little bit of a split here. And what did you take versus Varrock? Melee style? Well, yeah, I ran the Maruscara Rite of War, which is how I was able to, outflank and deploy the Palatine Blades and Cataphracty into his deployment zone alongside Fulgrim. Let's not say if I do Third Company Elite it won't be melee, but yeah, it won't be any outflanking shenanigans if I do a Third Company Elite army. Now that seems scary. I'd be tempted to say give the Third Company Rite of War a go, use for Noise Marines. Yeah. So what we'll do then is we'll go for Third Company Elite. So this means we can take our Noise Marines as troop choices, so they can be our 2 troops. And but every single squad has to take surgical augmentations, which make them a bit more expensive but give them extra stuff, which is fine. And we'll go from there. And what we'll be doing for characters is we'll be bringing Fulgrim and we will be bringing Lucius. Lucius is just a character which I will always bring, and I just don't see why you wouldn't. So Lucius will be 185 points, as he has to take Sonic Shriekers. Hey North, how's it going? And he only has Blades 19. So, you know what, for now, let's just make this full screen to really highlight what we're doing. Okay, so you can have up to 3 HQ choices in a Space Marine Crusade force. And I don't think we have any real limitations in play on how if we have to take any HQ choices. So I'll just double check, but we'll have some fun here as well. So yeah, 3 HQ choices. We can have up to 3 HQ choices. So we'll just go back to the Emperor's Children's Rights of War. And we'll just have a quick look to see if there are any restrictions on taking certain characters. And no, there aren't. So what we can do is we can choose 2 more characters to bring with us. So hypothetically, you could bring Eidolon, and we could have fun that way. But I don't have a model for Eidolon yet, so we'll just have to wait on that one. But what I'm thinking of doing is we are going to bring Noise Marine Buddy to take part in this, and he's going to take the role of Marius Ferocian and be one of our Centurions in this list. So he counts as a consul. We have a Legion Centurion. And he is going to have the Legion Esoterist. So Legion Esoterist. And let's just have a quick look at what that means. So in summary, basically this guy loves to summon demons. Obviously we don't have any demons yet, so there's a little bit of a waste of points here. However, he gets a very, very funny and very strong attack, which synergizes really well with the idea of him being a Noise Marine. And no worries, Anonymous. I hope you enjoy this whilst you're here. We're taking a more serious and very proactive look at how to build an army list. Using the Emperor's Children and Imperial Knights as the basis. So, the psychic power and the psychic attack that the Legion Esoterist is able to make is an 18-inch range, strength 5, AP 4, assault 12, Santic Deflagrate Psychic Focus attack. So if there's any Psychers on the enemy team, I wound them on 2s, same with demons. And for every wound caused that's not saved by the enemy, it also causes an additional wound, which makes it basically like a very, very strong version of a sonic weapon, which is why I think it's a suitable psychic power for this guy to have, and for him to represent. So, we'll have him on the board, and now we just need to work out what equipment we're going to give him to augment this. it should also be noted that he does have a bolt gun built into the electric guitar, so we will be referencing that as well. Now, what I think I might do is that so the Emperor's Children have access to some special power weapons, so we could use those. And I think we might do, actually, with it in this case. I just need to skip forward in the book to him. Sorry you guys can't see this, but you don't need to see me flicking through a book. Got a really itchy nose. Okay, so there's Phoenix Rapier, which is the special version of Power Sword, which is user strength, so only strength 4, but wounds on a 6+ and is rending 6+, which is quite good. And means he also gets an extra attack for having a pistol. So yeah, on a roll of a 6, the attack counts as instant death, and he ignores armor saves, which is very good, and he also has benefits against vehicles, which isn't too useful on a go it's only strength 4, but hey. And there's also Phoenix Power Spear, which makes him strength 6, with Murder Strike and Breaching 6, so on a roll of a 6 to wound, he is also instant death and ignores power armor, but he doesn't have any benefits against vehicles. But he does lose his attack. But, again, as he's already holding a two-handed weapon, in the sense of the electric guitar, I think we'll probably go for Phoenix Power Spear here. So, in order to add it to the guy, we need to consider it a power weapon, which is a 15-point upgrade. Which means our guy here comes to 60, 95, 110, yeah, to 110 points. Points as he's... Is that right? I do my maths right there. Yeah. Yeah, no, that is correct. Okay, cool. And, not sure if I'm going to add another character. We'll see. This is one of those things where I can come back to at another point and we won't lose sleep over. So, now for our troop choices. I personally find it a bit weird that the elite choice is put between the HQ and the troops. In most previous publications, it went HQ troops, elites, fast attack, heavy support. So we'll write our own list in this way as well. So we'll go troops. And we'll take a Cacophony squad. Oh, we forgot the surgical augmentation on our Legion Centurion. So just need to see how much that costs, because remember, because we're running the third company elite, we need to take it. So he becomes 130 points. And so there's 3 different surgical augmentations. So the first one is the So yeah, during a turn in which a unit with at least one model equipped with Sonic Shriekers successfully charges, or is themselves successfully charged, all models in the enemy units locked in combat with them suffer -1 penalty to all hit rolls, which is really good for melee. Models which are immune to effects of fear are not affected by this modifier. Now it's important to note that the Sonic Shriekers do not, well, it doesn't say they do not stack. So, theoretically, if you have the Legion Esoterrorist and Lucius, who both have it, then the enemy should be on a -2, right? Because they're two different units. And let's say you've given your... Oh, and the Cacophony already have it. So let's say a unit of Cacophony, Lucius and our Centurion all charge at an enemy. Then theoretically they're -3 to hit. Is basically how that reads. Because at least a unit with at least one. But what if there's 3 units? I think that's not really how it's intended to be played as. But that's kind of how it reads. But we'll also be giving this guy Sonic Shriekers as he doesn't need a better weapon anyway. So, Cacophony by default cost 150 points. And that's for 5 guys. So they have their their sonic weapon for Cacophony, which is strength 6, AP 5, assault 3, gets hot, pinning shell, shock end to flageolate. So again, if you cause a successful wound with this, you cause another one. And the Sergeant may take a power weapon, so it could take a Phoenix weapon or a chainsword and Artificer armor. So one of the very first things we're going to be doing is giving this squad an giving it Artificer armor. On the Sergeant, so he has a 2+ save. And honestly, I don't think we're actually going to put a close combat weapon on these guys. I feel like that's a bit redundant, as we want these guys shooting and not fighting. So 160 points. Although it would be tempting. You know what, let's do it. 170 points and the Sergeant has a Phoenix Power Spear. And all we're going to do is do this twice. So let's just copy and paste that. So that's what this now is, strictly speaking, with the exception of Fulgrim, a valid army, as we have our HQ choice and our 2 troop choices. One of our HQs has the Master of the Legion special rule, allowing him to run Rites of Wars. So, let's just do a quick tally up of the points so far. So, I'm going to use my phone for this. We're doing this fully the old-fashioned method. So, Fulgrim is 425. Lucius is 185. The Centurion is 130. We have 2 troop choices, which are 170. So that's, yeah, as Nate's already put in chat, 1080 points. So now we can start having a look at some of the other fun units. And I don't think it would be a list made by me if we didn't have a unit of Palatine Blades. And I love using Palatine Blades as a bodyguard unit. So technically for this army we have 920 points left because we are trying to split the army between Emperor's Children and Imperial Knights, and then extra hangers on. So, Palatine Blades are 165 points from the get-go. Let's get that in, 165 points. But as always, we have to take the surgical augmentations, which put them up to 190 points. And for these guys, we're not going to run Sonic Shriekers, as we're already going to be running Sonic Shriekers on a guy in the army, well, in the unit, because these guys are going to be running around with Lucius. We are going to take the Sonic Lance, which is a really funny weapon. So it's only strength 2, and it's a flamer template, but it's breaching on a 6+. Meaning that a roll of a 6 wounds, and also ignores the armor save. And more importantly, it has pinning, which means you stop reactions. So this is what we'll be doing here. Sonic Lance. And what weapons do we want these guys to have? So we'll have charnable weapons to start off with. So time to have a discussion over whether or not charnable weapons are actually worth it or not. As charnable weapons are very, very situational. And I often feel that situation, especially on an entire squad, doesn't really arise. And especially as this is a unit we're going to be using for bodyguarding for, Lucius, it may be a little bit of a waste to use a charnable weapon. So, charnable weapons are user and nothing. So a strength 4, AP nothing, but are breaching 5+ with Duelist's Edge. Now, Duelist's Edge only activates in a challenge. These guys won't ever be in challenges because we have Lucius. Lucius will be one in all the challenges. A charnable Tabar might be useful, but again, also in challenges. So for our squad, we're going to equip them all with Phoenix Rapiers, which is 5 points a model, and we'll just increase the lethality of these guys significantly over a charnable weapon. So this brings it up to 215 points for the squad. Means we're at 1,295 points so far. And now we're going to have a look at some of the other units we can take from the main book. So this is not going to be an army entirely composed of units from... let's just quickly adjust the camera, there we go. As this is not going to be an army entirely made out of Emperor's Children units, as might be a little silly. It's very plausible and possible, but we want some other stuff in here as well. So, What we will do is we are going to actually explore taking a Cataphracty command squad. Oh, what are those? Your sister's headphones? No, and hey, Hash. So, as part of the consequences of reaching the donation goal, I promised I would wear some cat ears of some kind, and these happen to be a thing you can add onto these headphones, which, yeah, give me some little cat ears without being really obnoxious. So, yeah, it's a bit of a forfeit. And yeah, so not sure how long you've been here, but welcome on in. We're going over how to build a list for the Horus Heresy, and we're using the Emperor's Children and Imperial Knights as the yeah, as the foundation for this army list to go over like how you should consider putting together an army list. He knows I stream to both. I've talked to him about this multiple times. Hamish, to be honest, I think he's just trying to come up with an excuse. So, and hey Slacker, welcome on in. Well, and yeah, well, it is loyalty to him because he's the one who pushed us over. So, yeah. Yeah. For the War Master Looper Cat. And yeah, hey everyone. There's also like, yeah, in terms of that, Hamish, we had a conversation last night about being able to raid each other's streams. So he is fully aware that I'm on YouTube and I stream to YouTube, so yeah, we'll see how things go in the future, but yeah, I'm not surprised, to be honest. Okay, so next thing we'll add is my Cataphracty Terminators. Yeah, down with the Tyrant, this is why I rebelled, yeah. So the base cost for the Cataphracty Terminators is 175 points. We're going to add 5 more to make this a full 10-man squad, which increases the points by 150. So that brings us up to a number which I can't. Why can't I process that? 175 plus 150. $325, right? Yeah, I think it is. And I give all of my guys power fists. That adds another 100 points. although no, not quite. It's 415. As the Sergeant will keep a Phoenix Power Sphere. No power axes and giant plumes. No, not on these boys, as yeah, I want these guys to do well in close combat, and yeah, I may as well get them to hit as hard as the fist does, so. And what we will also do here, because if you can, you may as well, let's throw in the Spartan as our dedicated transport. So we'll put it as a separate entry on here, we won't add it onto the Cataphracty Terminators points, just to make it a bit easier for us. And how I run it is I have the last cannon upgrade, so 375 points. And I failed to see how giant plumes would make one worse in combat. Yeah, no, fair point there. I just haven't found any suitable parts to use for that, so that's why that's not there. Okay, so let's see how many points we've got left to spend. So that is plus 415. Plus 375. Oh, so we're over by 85 points, but I think that's okay in this case because this is just one of the detachments of the two, and we're just trying to match, really, by having two primary detachments. So what we'll do now, and hey Phasmatodius, welcome in. Is we'll now switch books. So we'll be switching from the Knight book over to the Mechanicum book, and we'll be going through how to build an Imperial Knight list. So for the Imperial Knights, it's a little bit different. Just got back from work, made more tips than the rest of the staff combined, and we'll brag about it. Awesome. Always feels good when that happens. And if you want to give me a tip, as you're enjoying this live stream and you find it helpful, remember there's always Ko-fi. So we just need to find the section in this book for the Divisio Tactica Knights. So onto it here, and as you can probably see, this is a little bit different. As for the Imperial Knights, you have to take 2 lots of armigers for every 1 big knight. So it's quite simple, but does mean, you know, you have to take a lot of the baby knights. So what I'm going to quickly do is just fill in the points of knights which I've got, and then we'll go from there. There is household. Army. Wolverine. Points. I'm not going to run anything additional. And Warblade is also 200 points. I was joking. But thank you so much for donating a tip there. We're already halfway towards a goal, so yeah, that means even more Death Guard coming this way. And yeah, I suppose tomorrow we'll have to have a talk about what units you guys would like to see. As tomorrow I'll be buying the first tactical squad to go for it, and yeah, I've also been putting together another little surprise to go alongside the Death Guard stuff, so I'll have a lot of fun on the Sunday show. And yeah, thank you so much, Phasmatodius, for actually donating. It does mean a lot. And no, I wasn't expecting you to do it, you're right. So, I have 4 lots of Helverins. As long as they get spiky helmets, we're good. What, the Death Guard? And, oh my god. Thanks for the donation, Rossi. You guys are wonderful. But you do also make me feel incredibly guilty. As yeah, I don't really like the whole shilling, but yeah. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if I should call you guys amazing or... For God's sake. Come on, guys. So, a new donation from a sparrow migrating south for the winter. Thank you so much. I'm going to take an educated guess, but I know who that is. And yeah, thank you so much. As yeah, it does show me some extra details about your donation, so I am going to call you out on that one, Hamish. Thank you so much for that, and I honestly do really love the city aliases you use. It's really amusing. And yeah, thank you so much. This does really help out a lot, and does, you know, really help support the channel and content, and yeah, as you guys will be seeing, directly helps me feed back into the content, and yeah, it gives us so much more we can do. So yeah, again, thank you guys so much. And yeah, no, the colour correction isn't going weird. My face is starting to go a bit red from it. As yeah, you guys are both simultaneously awful and amazing. A sparrow where I'm hungry. I thought you were meant to be the Lunar Cats or Sons of Hamish, not the Space Wolves. Or the Alpha Legion, in this case, I think is more accurate here. With all of these shenanigans, Hamish. Yeah, thanks. Anyway, maths. Right, so we've got 6 units, which all cost 200 points each. So that's 1,200 points to add in to the list. So let's add 1,200 points, leaving us with 715 points left to spend. You know, we might not even be able to run 6 knights here. Yeah, no, we won't be able to run all the knights, so the first knight we are going to add in is Elias. You guys will probably recognize this guy because he's the fully painted knight, so 380 points. And we are going to give him a thermal cannon, which is free, thankfully. And whilst I don't necessarily always agree with doing this, I do have a pretty good understanding of both of my opponent's armies, and I do know that we don't need to bring any Skyfire or any, you know, anti-aircraft stuff. So I don't need to really add any other upgrades. So what we'll do is we'll just make a note, even though we don't add to a points. Thermal cannon. And we'll also be giving this guy a multi-laser. Long-term Warhammer players will probably understand why that's funny, as Questoris Knights traditionally shouldn't be able to take multi-lasers, but for some reason they can. And there's an infamous joke based off a very awfully written Black Library book that you can just stick multi-lasers on everything because CS Goto decided he would give multi-lasers to a Land Raider. So, just because it's funny, we're going to give this Questoris Knight a multi-laser. So, that brings us to 3,665 points, so let's see. 380 points bring us to 4,045 points. So 4,045 points if we add in another Questoris Knight. So we now then need to work out how we're going to ditch some points here. And the obvious thing we can do here is, let's just copy and paste for Questoris stat line. Is we no longer need a couple of these armatures. So I am going to ditch 2 of the Helverins, which will save us 400 points. And it does mean we can't bring any more knights, but that's okay. There's more stuff we can add. So we're down to 3,645 points again, but so be it. We're going to add we're now going to add in an allied detachment. No, wait, we forgot something. We have to upgrade for our knights. So once you've worked out what knights you're going to have, you can then start to upgrade the knights. You can't really see here on stream, sorry about that, but you can give them extra points to increase certain stats. And actually, you know what, we're going to change this up. So, you know the 2 knights we have on the hobby desk, the black and white one we're painting and Elias. What we're going to do is we're going to bring the black and white knight. So, to add the Avenger Gatling cannon, it costs 15 points. So this guy down here is going to be 395 points. Avenger Gatling cannon. And yeah, so with that in mind, we need to then add that to the points, so 15 points. So we're now at 3,660 points. And now we need to start adding ranks to our guys. So the very first rank we can grant as a title to our houses, to our knights, is the Sensual. So the first thing that's really important about this is the Central allows himself and nearby knights to make reactions, because normally they wouldn't be able to. He also himself gains a +1 to his weapon skill and ballistic skill, and gains the character type, which means he can issue challenges. So for this, we're going to make our, well, Elias, our free blade, our essential. I think that's how you spell it. Oh, no, I forgot a C. There we go. And we need to add 80 points on there, so that's 460 points. And we now need to work out what we're going to give the, well, to use 40k terms, the Crusader. Thank you so much, Bloker, for donating. Yeah. Really helps out a lot, and I'm scared I'm starting to sound a bit like a broken record here. And yes. Oh, there we go, autocorrect. Yeah. Yeah, please do not ever feel pressured to donate or provide any support. You guys really don't need to, it is entirely optional, but I do really appreciate it. And what we'll probably do is with this next one is make them an Arbalaster. So what this does is it increases his ballistic skill by 1 and allows us to roll an extra dice when rolling for the scatter with the thermal cannon, and we get to choose which 2 dice we use. And so, no, donate 10 members and I'll show you a meme spiel. Are you sure you're a mod for Varak? Yes. And, no. I have my own opinions on how to do things, and how I really want this channel and content to be, so no, I'm not gonna really play you around like that. And hey, look, I'm even keeping to the more stupid things like wearing cat ears on stream for you guys. Because I said I would, even though that wasn't even on one of our streams. That was on one of Varak's streams. I said, jokingly, if we did reach the donation goal for face reveals, that I would wear cat ears. And yeah, because I said that, and you guys saw that, I'm doing it. And yeah, I don't really want to mess you guys around and, you know, scam you. My brand imagery is about being, you know, the Lord Commander, perfect warrior at doing what I'm doing. I'm the guy who knows stuff, and I don't need to imitate Scamrack in order to, you know, make my channel interesting. And yeah. No disrespect to Varak, his content is really, really funny, and I think at this point everyone's aware that he is trolling when he does that. And you guys enjoy it, so yeah. He can do his stuff, I'll do things my way. Right, so the Arbalaster adds 55 points. So that becomes 450 points. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And we also need to add that onto our overall total for this army. So we now have 205 points to spend on other things. And for this, we are now going to skip to a different army in this book. And we are now going to have a look at the Mechanicum. And what we're going to do is, for our allied detachment, we are going to bring a Magos Dominus. And a Magos Dominus is 75 points. And what we're going to do is give him an Archaeotech pistol for 10. That would involve me having a Sicarian smoke. So one of the things we're doing here is we're just going off the units and equipment I have available for the game tomorrow. There's other things I would do and change to this list if I had those units. For a start, I probably wouldn't be bringing the Cataphracty, even though they have become a staple of my army lists at this point. I would probably switch these out for Phoenix Guard. Well, Phoenix Terminators. But as I haven't got around to building those yet, they are on the way, we're going to be running Cataphracty there. And next thing we're going to give this guy is the... Ooh, do we? I'm going to put it on here. That's the Fusel. For now. And so we now need a troop choice, as an allied detachment only needs a HQ and a singular troop. And the reason we're bringing a Dominus is we want to be able to fix our knights. Sorry about that. And I'll catch you later, Slacker. Hope you've been enjoying this so far. And yeah, once we've wrapped this army list building, we will go on to some other stuff, don't worry guys. Alright, we need to add in the points for the Magos Dominus. So 75 becomes 85. And then that becomes 105 with the plasma fusel. And yeah, so let's add that to our grand total, which I'm doing on my phone, and we now have 100 points left to spend. And we need to take a troop. So the obvious and easiest thing to do would be to take a Castellax. You know, one of the frog boys, we could just run one of those as our troop choice, and that would actually be fine, and we could actually do that. Although I feel like just running one of our own would be a bit weird. So, I think, going back to the Cataphracty, I feel like they're probably a little bit over the top here. So we're going to come back and edit this, and we're going to reduce it down to a 5 Or do we? Hold on a second. I just need to double check something. Hey, Gosu, it's going really good. We are currently building a list for me to actually use tomorrow in a game. And as people keep asking about it, I thought it would be a good idea if we actually ran through it on a live stream, so that we can, go through the mentality and logic that goes into building a list, especially if it's from a fixed range of models that I already have. Because I feel like most people will be building lists either because they already have those units or because they are planning to have those units. And especially with the Horus Heresy, it's a game so much driven by rule of cool, ultimately. I think it's a good idea if we go through this as someone who already plays the game, going through what units they have in order to play the game. Because almost all the units I have are units which I'd want anyway, and are pretty much built and configured how I'd want to field them on the tabletop. And yeah, what we'll do is we'll recalculate the Cataphracty and we'll reduce it down to a 5-man squad. Although it could do 6, we'll see. So let's reset the points here. Now back down to 175 points because these guys are a massive point sink. And I don't feel like they're necessarily too useful, as again, Fulgrim is probably going to be attached to this unit. He's going to shred everything anyway. He doesn't really need the numbers of the... I just realised something. I need to take away 415 points. And, right, so 175 points. And we're going to have 4 Power Fists, so it's 40. So that brings us up to 205 points. Do we add anything else to these guys? Oh, and the Sergeant has his Phoenix Spear, but that doesn't add any points. Really want 20 Despoilers with Chain Axes, but it costs too much from Forge World. Yes. Thankfully, for me personally, I have a 3D printer and I don't go to a Games Workshop store, so here's a Thunder Warrior, by the way, that I happen to have a collection of, which is 3D printed. And I could just, print off a collection of the arms for this guy and just run those if I want to do World Eaters. I suppose spoilers. It's probably what I will be doing. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? We need to give these guys the surgical augmentations. So. And no worries, G. As every unit, our Emperor's children have to take surgical augmentations. Should probably factor that in. So Sonic Shriekers. So we need to add in 20 points here. So 225, Phoenix Spear. And we'll go with Sonic Shriekers here. So for those who have jumped in, Sonic Shriekers reduce the enemies to hit rolls by 1 in close combat when either units have charged successfully. So it's a very good upgrade to have. Unless they're fearless, basically. And I've lost track of the points. No, I don't think I did I? So it's 310. Okay, so right now we've done that. We've got around 290 points left to spend. So it's time for us to assess what we've got here and see if there's any weaknesses in our army list. So at the moment, our main weakness is we've got 3,710 points, but we're bringing 1, 2, 3, 13, 18, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 models. We're only bringing 31 models in a 4,000 point game. Most 2,000 point army lists have around 50 models in. Especially if you're building around the Age of Darkness box. So we've got a really low model count. And another thing we need to factor in here is there's a chance that games will be line. I'll need line units because we'll be holding objectives. And my camera's gone a bit fuzzy, hasn't it? Hold on a second. That looks a bit better. So, so what we really need to do is start looking at adding some units which can hold objectives. So whilst the armatures can, we can't really just leave them on their own on the objectives. And no worry, Gosu. Hope the priming goes well. So yeah, armatures have the line keyword, which means they can actually hold objectives, which is quite important. And camera, come on, dude. There we go. Anyway, I'll just move my camera over. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah. So we have 4 units of line, which means we can hold 4 objectives, theoretically. Although I'm not sure I really want to leave 4 individual armatures alone on the objectives. So we need to look at what other units have the line unit type. So also I need to have them as well. And for the Mechanicum, it's actually quite easy. We could take tech rules, which are basically completely useless in every way, except from being able to hold objectives. And being a good way of sinking, wasting shots, basically. So they're ballistic skill 2, weapon skill 2, strength and toughness 3 with 1 wound each, at initiative 2 with 1 attack each, and only leadership 6. So they're pretty useless. And their gun is 18-inch range, strength 4, AP 6, and assault 2. So not very good. Wounding Space Marines on 4s, which is nice, but they don't get an armor save against Space Marines, and also Space Marines outrange them. So they're not really good for anything other than sitting on objectives. But for this, and because we also still need to make sure this Tech Priest detachment is a playable army, we are going to take a unit of Tech Fools. So that brings us to 375, so we have 245 points left. So what we'll do is yeah, James, yeah, you're right. Not having many models doesn't matter. Fulgrim can just point at the enemy and turn them into flesh puddles, right? Games Workshop? Right? So, yeah. That's a thing. Oh, let's do some maths. And you know what we're going to do? Hold on, let me just double check I can do this first. Yeah, we're just going to spam units effectively. So what we'll do is we'll take 2 units of tech rules, and we'll take 2 Castellan automata. Do that. And that's our allied detachment of Mechanicum. So the Castellan do not have line, but between the 2 units of tech rules and the 4 armigers, I think we have enough line in this army for us to cover objectives, as there is a maximum of 6 objectives. 6 objectives, and yeah, I think we should have this now, especially as other units will be able to babysit and protect other units. So, right, let's just tidy up this document a little. And then finally allied. Cool. And yeah, what we'll do is we'll just make a quick note of which cyberphagic power we're going for, because the tech priests are, well, tech wizards and have cyberphagic powers, which are basically psychic powers, but you can't stop like psychic powers. And the reason why we're bringing this one is so he can magically heal our knights and support them, as well as being able to sit back and protect things. So, our Tech Priest Dominus is going to be part of the Artificer Machina, so he can battlesmith our knights. And on a 5+, he basically gives them back a whole point, which is nice. I mean, it's a bit more complex than that, and there's other things they can do, but yeah. So that should be our army list for this game. So again, this isn't a fully standard list, as I'm having to basically play as 2 different armies as one. So we're doing a Emperor's Children detachment, and then we're also doing a Knight detachment with an allied of Mechanicum. So let's just bring the calculator up. And let's just double check we got our maths right. Oh, I don't want to add more. I wonder, let me... There we go. Is it not going to register an unlock? There we go. 425 plus 185 plus 130 plus 170 17. 215. 5. 375. 800. That's 460. 50. 5. That's 90. 3,990 points. Okay, so we have 10 points to spend. Lucky us. So we should throw this into the Emperor's Children. Want to try and balance this out. So we have 10 points to throw somewhere. Let's have a look at the Cataphracty. I think we can throw some more points back. Well, reinvest into the Cataphracty, I think, is probably the best option here. So I don't think there's really anything we want to add to the other units. Although, hold on a second. Just had a thought. We'll look at the Emperor's Children specific units. And yeah, basically the only real upgrade we can make is to give a Vexilla to the Cataphracty, which brings us to a neat 4,000. Yeah, to a neat 4,000 points. Exactly. So there we go. That's a 4,000 point army list. So we got primary detachment, the Emperor's Children, running the 3rd Company Elite Rite of War, being led by Lucius and the guy we're using to play Marius Ferocian, which is the Legion's Esoterrorist. We have 2 units of Cacophony. We have a Palatine Blades squad and Cataphracty Terminators there. And I can't remember if I mentioned him, but we've also got Fulgrim leading this detachment. And we have an Imperial Knight detachment of 4 Armigers, 2 Helverin, 2 Warglaives, leading 2 Questoris Knights. Elias, our Black and Cream Knight, will be our Warlord for this detachment. And attached to them we have a allied detachment of Mechanicum to provide some tech support and also to provide some cannon fodder with the tech rules, and also 2 Castellax because I think the Castellax are really cool and I just want to have an opportunity to use them. So, there we go. I think this is going to be a very fun army to play with, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays tomorrow. Which now leads us on to a very interesting and difficult question. What do we do now? And how long will this 8k point game take, do you think? Well, we've got basically the entire afternoon and evening for this. And all 3 of us who are taking part in the game are relatively familiar with the rules. So we should be able to keep it within the time frame for when the shop is open. So we'll see. I mean, I'm hoping I can make it pretty quick because of just how devastating the firepower is and how basically untouchable I am in melee. As a lot of this army is very close combat orientated, and really good at it. And if it isn't, it's probably got something which can kill Space Marines quite easily, or is pinning. So I'm relatively confident, even though I know the Dark Angels guy spams a lot of very powerful and very nasty dreadnoughts and stuff. And he has a very good list. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the new Mechanicum stuff runs. But yeah, first turn will always be the slowest, especially as I'm using the units which are really new and people aren't familiar with. And it should, yeah. I reckon we can get it done in 6 hours. And well, I'll tell you guys all about it tomorrow, when I stream in the evening. But yeah, so what do you guys want to do for the rest of the evening? We can talk more Death Guard. We can work out what we're actually going to do with the insane generous donations you've given me today and yesterday. Or we could play some marbles, or we can play some other video games. I'm playing against Dark Angels and Imperial Fists. Yeah, don't worry guys, I'll be telling you all about the game tomorrow. Yeah, I'm really interested to see if bringing just a 2k of Mechanicum Knights is worth it, is going to be a good idea, especially as overall Warglaives suck compared to Dreadnoughts, and like I said, the Dark Angels go spamming Dreadnoughts. So, yeah, we'll have to see how this goes. So yeah, do you guys want to do some marbles, or do you want to watch me play some games, or well, yeah, what do you guys want? As I am pretty much open for whatever, and we've done the main thing I want to do today, so yeah. We can, yeah, do some shopping, we can play some marbles, or we can play some video games. Hope the stream goes well. All getting pissed for my sister's birthday. Just want to say hello. Hey have a lovely evening, and I hope you really enjoy that party. I missed the tail end of the stream yesterday. Did you decide on Contemptor versus Leviathan for the Death Guard? Well, as we have the money to actually decide what we're going to buy, let's do a poll. As I don't mind either way if we do Contemptor or Leviathan. So what do you guys want to see? Would you rather see me build and paint a Contemptor, or would you rather see me paint a Leviathan? It's entirely up to you guys, as it will be coming out for money you guys generously gave. So yeah, it's entirely up to you guys what unit you want to see. I am very, very happy to do either. I'm not sure I can decide between two of my favourite Stompy boys. Yeah, no, it is a tough question, and I think both are very good options, and both fit the Death Guard really well. So it's why I'm just so neutral on which one I take, and why I'm happy and kind of want to just leave it up to you two. Okay, so Hamish has decided ultimately for a Contemptor. I've just had a really ingenious idea. Why don't we let the marbles decide? we could just do that. Yes, let the marble gods decide. They are fair and just. Absolutely. Let's go with that. And actually, one thing I want to just double check is just how much a Doredio Dreadnought is, because what we might do is we might throw those in as well. And oh god, that colour balance has really been thrown out. Right, I'm just going to have a quick look on Forge World a second. Because if a Doredio would actually total to be in the same ballpark, then I'm going to throw it in as well. Yeah. Okay, so 45. They cost 90. Yeah, no, we won't add in the Doredio. So Contemptor. Five. Leviathan. Okay. Around them a couple of times. Oh, you know what? Let's do community maps. Choose random simulation, and we'll go with 10. Okay. Right. Let's see. What do the marble gods decide I should buy and put into the Death Guard army? Okay, the Leviathan's first one in. The 1-2 for Leviathans at the moment. Camera, there we go. It's much better. Right, so... Oh, the Contemptor has taken the lead. We go here. Avoids the obstacle. Is caught on the spike path though, giving the Leviathans a chance to catch up. Okay, currently Leviathan in the lead, followed by more Leviathans. Oh, wow, okay. Contemptor rushes past. There's a very real chance for a Leviathan or Contemptor to snipe this here. It does look like the Leviathan's taken the lead. Oh, absolutely ruined. The Leviathan battered out of existence by the obstacle there, leaving the Contemptor in the lead. And another Leviathan falls. And another! This is looking really bad for Team Leviathan here. As there's now a Leviathan trying to desperately catch up with Contemptor. And another Leviathan! It's a really bad day to be a Leviathan fan here. So it does look like the Contemptor is going to take the lead. And probably win. Oh my god. The Contemptor has fallen. It's okay. There are more Contemptors. And this one manages to breeze through just fine. You know what would be a really fun way to do a battle report? Is to just like have a randomizer. Like just let the dice gods decide an entire army list. I think that would be a really fun way of doing it. So, Contemptor wins. Do we want to do it as a sudden death, or should we do best of 3? I'll let you guys decide if you want more marbles, or if you guys think we should just stick with the first result. So yeah, what do you guys think? More marbles, or should we just say we're bringing a Contemptor and the Death Guard? Okay, so the Looper Cat has said they would not mind more marbles. So that's one vote. Come on, lads, you must have an opinion. But you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna hit random. Yeah, we're gonna do best of 3. Temple of Steve, okay. Interesting name for a map. Okay, so again, the Leviathan seems to be taking the lead here. Will it survive this time? The big question. So it looks like the Leviathans do have a nice and strong 1-2. And a massive lead for this first Leviathan. We could be going to a sudden death here. Well, a Contemptor is catching up. So Team Contemptor isn't out of this just yet. There is still a very plausible possibility that the Contemptors could catch up if this Leviathan is yeeted out of existence. Okay, yeah. Well, that would do it. So, okay. Another Leviathan has taken the lead, though. Will I be able to hold it? The Contemptor does look like it's catching up. It is using that superior movement characteristic to move itself forwards. Although this is a sudden and lucky death. They're both going different ways. Who has picked the correct direction to go? As they both go onto a plate, who will drop through first into the correct direction? And who will fall to the void? Ooh, this is quite intense. Ah, the Contemptor who had the lead has fallen. Will the Leviathan be able to snipe it? The Contemptors just win. Only just, though. They managed to snipe it by fractions of a second there. So it does look like we'll be buying a Death Guard Contemptor. That was surprisingly tense. And very much a photo finish there. Wow. Yeah, look at the time difference. It's just over a tenth of a second difference between those two winning, which is insane. Rigged. It's rigged in your favour, Hamish. You wanted a Contemptor. Shall we do a final race just for the sake of it, even though Team Contemptor has won this? You know, I'm feeling it. Let's do it. Oh, it's a water park. Okay. Wow, this is a very busy water park. Okay, so it appears that the A Leviathan is going down the blue slide, a Contemptor and Leviathan are going down the green slide. Three Contemptors and a Leviathan going down the purple slide, and two Leviathans and a Contemptor going down the orange slide. This will be very interesting. Check DMs for a second. Okay. Okay, that is very funny. Okay, so it looks like the purple slide is the fastest slide here. With three Contemptors and a Leviathan taking it. Although, no, wow, okay. All the slides seem to have caught up, except for blue slide. Blue slide does seem to be the slowest. Oh my god, Contemptors winning 3-0. So this is incredibly one-sided. Okay. Guess we're doing a Contemptor then. Wow. That was ridiculously one-sided. That poor Leviathan still making his way. Okay, so I suppose this raises the next question of what other units would you like to see in the Death Guard army? And yeah, that seems definitively rigged. Exactly, Hamish. That did feel incredibly rigged in the Contemptor's favour. But yeah, what other units would you guys like to see in a Death Guard army? So to recap, I'm going to be putting together a HQ unit. I've been putting together some stuff today, which is secretive, for another unit. We're going to have a Contemptor Dreadnought now, and we have a Legion Tactical Squad. Actually, that's the point. Let's just check. Personally, I just think Death Shroud are super iconic Death Guard, but they are super expensive points-wise in dollars. Yeah, I'd like to try and stay away from Forge World models for this one. Although, yeah, the Death Shroud would be really cool. Simply because I just think it's not really worth it for you guys. If you're donating money towards this army to see it on the tabletop, I don't really want to have to waste so much money on postage and packaging, and I really want to try and maximise the amount of money the amount of units and range we're getting out of your incredible donations. And yeah, wasting it on the Forge World shipping tax, I feel is just not worth it, so we'll try and stick to Games Workshop plastic. Well, I suppose, hold on a second. Oh god, almost knocking over the green screen. Let's have a quick look at Death Shroud and what equipment they have. Flamers then of some kind. Yeah? So Death Shroud are in Tartarus Terminator armor, have Alchem pistols and scythes. You could probably make some Death Shroud out of some plastic Death Shroud Terminators. Out of some plastic Cataphracty. No, one more time. We could probably make some Death Shroud out of some Tartaros Terminator from Games Workshop, and using a 3D printer. That could be an option. What do a Death Shroud look like? Because I don't really look too special, do they? Oh, they do. So I have the weird plate down the middle. Oh, so a flamers are wrist mounted. Okay, that's kind of cool. Might do. Let's just oh, that's the opposite I wanted to do. Go increase the ambient light in the room. That does make me glow a bit. Yeah, there. That's a bit better. Right. Well, 60 quid for 6. Let's have a quick look. Again, I'm not sponsored by these guys, but they do happen to be local to me and have very good prices, so we'll be looking at their website for reference. So I'm not sure if you were there for the Death Guard stream where we looked through this, but what I was thinking of doing was picking up a couple of these Death Guard characters and heresy-fying them. Where's the abacus guy? I suppose we'll have to go to the Games Workshop store for a moment. And yeah, great minds think alike. I am bidding on a standard Death Guard dude as a standard bearer Death Guard dude, as he's not too nurgly and will make a nice standard dude for a command squad, I think. Yeah. I was thinking of doing something slightly different with him. So what I was planning to do is buy these 3 models. Buy this guy, swap the backpack out, and not run the Nurgling. And try and smooth out some of the details on him and make him a bit less Nurgly. And use him as the what is it, the Siege Breaker or Siege Master console. Let me just find it in the book. Yeah, Siege Breaker. So swap out his backpack for a more traditional Mark II one, and maybe actually use some green stuff to fill in some of these arms and stuff. Because I quite like the pose me idea. Although he might be a bit too chaosy for this one. We'll see about this one. But what I was planning to do with the icon bearer is actually to just switch out the icon with a power scythe. And yeah, then try and de-nurglify him a little bit. Maybe switch out for bolt gun as well, for one that's a bit less corrupted. And I might even cut off these tubes as well and just redo them as regular tubes. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing with this guy. So I can then have him as my HQ choice. And I just really like this medic model. I know it's well, it is basically just this model again, isn't it? With some variations. But yeah, I feel like this model as well would also be good, as it is, as a Primate Medicus, but then also I feel like this torso would provide great opportunity for making a guy with a two-handed scythe or something. You just didn't use the apothecary arms. Yeah, I think this would be just a cool base for a two-handed weapon loadout. Oh, you can actually quite clearly see the 3D printed 3D print lines on this guy. Yikes. So yeah, just for torso, and then give him two-handed weapon over the top. I think the syringes can stay. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'd keep the backpack or not. That's a point. So you know what? Let's do it this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly off-screen log into my account for this for the site, and we'll just do some quick maths, because if I can, it would be nice to spend all of tomorrow, well, all of Sunday working on this. So just signed in. Add to the cart this guy. And we'll find the other dude. Add to the cart as well. Add to the cart. So yeah, tomorrow I'll be buying those 3 units, as well as the tactical marines to start making this heresy army. Unfortunately, the Mark III guys are a direct order item, so I have to buy them in the store, but what I'll probably do is I'll make a 10-man squad out of this box, and then I'll make a heavy weapons team, because I already have the the heavy and special weapon sprues. Oh, actually, that's a question. And also give us some spare bits, and we can interchange the bits from these guys with the Death Guard 40k stuff to try and blend them in a little. Legion heavy support squads. I'm just flicking through a book a moment to try and find something out. Okay, no. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing tomorrow, and then on Sunday we'll basically have an entire day built focused around Death Guard, and putting together a Death Guard army, or allied detachment, and the beginnings of it. As to what to do now, We could do more marbles. I could play some BattleTech games or something. What do you guys want to see? And you know what? Whilst I'm waiting for you guys to, I'm going to go and get another drink because it's really warm today. And yeah, I need that. So I'll put the Be Right Back screen on, and whilst I'm away, please put in chat what you'd like to see me do. Okay, I am back, and that's impressive, Gosu. Hopefully you can get that fixed or replaced. And yeah, we'll have so much Death Guard stuff to build and sort. Yeah. So yeah, again, what do you guys want to do for the rest of the evening? As building the army list for tomorrow took a lot less time than I expected it to do. Happy if you want to play some games, I'm gluing away in the background. Yeah, that's fair. And what about the people on Twitch? What do you guys want to see me do? Hmm. Yeah, let's have a look at Steam. Let's see what games I have installed, because I did install a few more. You know what? Shall we give Necromunda a go? Is that something you guys would want to watch, or play some Total War? And yeah, no, this is a really, really cool background. Because this is actually AI generated. Phasmatodius got it, well, yeah, generated it using some AI, and it is just a really cool background, and I really love it. So yeah, we could do some Total War, not of the Warhammer variety, because that just doesn't really run well on stream. Even Valrak is finding that one out. Could play Daka Squadron, the Orc plane game. Could play Necromunda Hired Gun, or at least try and run Hired Gun. Or would you guys like to see me try and play a horror game? That's also an option. Or I could play some BattleTech games. You know what, let's do Necromunda. So yeah, it would be interesting to see if it plays, and also, if you like the background, you'll probably really like what Necromunda looks like, because the atmosphere and level design in that game is absolutely incredible. Warhammer 40k. Oh, is it under Necromunda? Yep, it is. Okay. So I'm just going to close that down. Close Surfshark down for a moment. And yeah, let's play some Hired Gun. It would be Phasmophobia, a ghost hunting game. But let's play some Necromunda first. And let's go from there. I'll mute the background music because the music in game is really good.
It is the 41st millennium, and mankind rules the stars. This sprawling empire is powered by hive worlds. Gargantuan planets of industry. Necromunda is the greatest hive world in all of the Imperium. With cities that rise from the ash wastes, like sheer mountain peaks. Spire upon spire, tower upon tower. The hives climb so far above the poisoned clouds, they cleave the heavens. And what nightmares may come in these hive cities, where humanity has been allowed to grow unchecked in a
So yeah, this is Necromunda Hired Gun. And what I'll do is we'll play in one of my player slots, and we'll explore the maps and not really cover the story, because if I ever do some Let's Plays, this is a game I definitely will do a Let's Play on. And yeah, we'll just do a quick showcase and exploration of the game. Hopefully the game doesn't crash. A bit closer to my keyboard because we're gaming now. So this game personally seems to be silent. Plays a lot like Doom, if you're into that kind of game. And yeah, has absolutely incredible atmosphere. So we're buried deep underneath a hive city here, and the main area in which you play in. I just realised I need to move my. Just going to move myself over a bit. There we go. So you can see my ammo and stuff. So yeah, we're buried deep underneath a hive city in an actual church, which has been ripped through and torn through by the Mechanicum building their machines for the factories above, without any care or regard for the structure and integrity of this building. And yeah, just massive pipe that spans all the way from the heavens down to the depths of hell. Need to edit some stuff. Oh! Oh! It's so dusty in my game, I'm actually having an allergic reaction. And yeah, in this cavern that's been left open, thankfully, by the Mechanicum on this planet, there has been a little underhive bar set up for people to hang out and stuff. A rogue tech priest has set up shop here, and he looks absolutely terrifying and weird. And I absolutely love him. And he has this little shop here. It's really cool. We jump up here. Let's see, we've got the cog of the Mechanicum by the clock. You can hear the rumble and see the rumble of a grav train going by. There's all sorts of weird pipes and stuff going through this map. We're just chilling, we've got some sideways here. A literal jungle. Yes, he is on our side. He fixes, maintains, and upgrades our guns for us. And also, some people have just never really left. And unfortunately passed away down here. And yeah, you can see how Games Workshop assets have been utilized here. So there's the Sector Mechanicum tiles and various industrial stuff being incorporated in here. Panel system with all the leaking chemicals and stuff. Flashing lights, some steam. And yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a better depiction of a hive city ever in any game, in any capacity. So this is the main gate you come through. There's an Iron Maiden here, which looks like it is thankfully empty. Incredibly blinding lights. And yeah, more tunnels and stuff to explore. Church. And down here we have one of the characters.
What a weird idea. Something to do with bindings, I bet.
This is Jado. This is a Dome Runner. He has a Astartes power sword as one of his special things. And you can see what being out in the toxic wastelands has done to the poor guy. Has to wear a rebreather to breathe now, even when he's in a hospitable area. And yeah, this is his little area, burning books from the Mechanicum in order to keep himself warm. Wait, hold on. One of the cool little Easter eggs which I normally like to point out is here is normally where you see helmets from Darktide in this game. You know, what the veterans wear. The veterans' helmets are here normally, but they're gone. They've actually removed them, which is awesome. as an interesting little detail. And yeah, so there's this guy here, and then this probably should deserve a content warning. But we have the surgeon. He's very much a rogue surgeon who likes to use corpses and to attach. And it's just occurred to me the thing on the bench in front of us is breathing still. It's alive. And we can actually go in here and explore what he's doing in the back. Let's see that the floor is covered in blood and grime. And yeah, so here's a guy who's I'd like to say working on. I feel like he may no longer be around. And some other bodies. Covered bodies, if this guy's exposed, then God only knows what's happened to this poor guy. We've got some more corpses over here. His supplies are very, very organised and sanitary.
Forbidden, they say. Yet it works so well, it seems.
And yeah, no, it's fine. He does sterilize all of his tools that he uses on you in a fire, which he uses to keep himself warm.
But this gang war is providing me with more material than usual. Ah, Cadia.
That's a new line. So okay, this guy is from Cadia. Okay, so he was part of the Cadian Guard regiments. That's really interesting. So I have actually done some more to extrapolate. Oh, nice. And yeah, some more body bags. But it's fine. All the machine spirits will work really well because they got purity seals all over them. And yeah, back into this area. And this is my pet dog in the game. He is a very, very good boy. So yeah, what we'll quickly do is we'll go over to a Gladiatorium. This is a safe place where you can like test your weapons and equipment. Oh, bit of a lag spike there as it loaded in. And yeah, we'll just quickly go through mechanics. As you can see, it's relatively fast-paced. There's also some very graphic melee aspects to this as well. You do restore health from taking part in melee. There's a bunch of different quick time events for melee as well. And there's also graviton guns, which are very powerful, and they turn the matter of the people they kill into explosion rockets. So yeah, you can double jump, grappling hook, punch people in melee, and you also have a bunch of other abilities as well. So yeah, quite quick-paced combat. Very fun. And you can tell this game was made by people who really care about the lore. And you know what? I know I said we weren't going to cover any of the story, but I really feel like there is a mission in this that we absolutely have to cover. From the story. Which I don't think overall takes from the rest of the story. It's a pretty self-contained mission. But yeah, I feel like it absolutely needs to be done. So yeah, in terms of weapons, you can collect so many different weapons and designs. You can have grenade launchers, shotguns, bolt guns. You know what, we'll actually take the bolt gun. Bolt gun, auto gun, grav gun. We'll take my auto pistol, shotgun, and revolver. We're in our best armor. We'll take some health kits and a treasure map. And yeah. There's a shoulder mounted flame cannon and chainsaw for getting more ammo. And does make Gordon's start riffing in a moment. The music is kind of inspired in certain aspects. So let's go. So this mission is a bit different and very self-contained in the greater context of this story, but I feel like it does an incredible job of selling the atmosphere and style of Necromunda in a very different way. So we're going into the Deep Black in search of a character called the Silver Talon. This is a sub-hive called the Cold Black because of how deep it is and how subterranean it is, and also because you basically cannot see.
Want my advice? Stay out of sight as long as you can. The route the prospectors have been taking is right up ahead. You'll see a few signs of them coming and going, I reckon. I'll keep watch here a little while, but you're on your own.
What's to be so afraid of? Can't be any worse than the trouble we're already in.
Yeah, what could possibly be down here in the Cold Black, which could be so bad? Okay, so there's some Orlocks up top. And yeah, I'm just going to quickly turn the audio up a little more. That's a lot of blood. Is it tremor? Isn't too abnormal, but still worth noting. And section I absolutely hate because this is a puzzle section. So what we're going to do is we're going to run up there and... oh, come on. Try and get up there somehow. There we go. Got up here. Now there's a treasure chest here. So we shoot open the lock and we'll find some resources. Nice. And we'll loot those to have a look at later once we finish the mission. There's some more gangers over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our... No. I didn't lock onto them. Hopefully that will. So yeah, turn it into Graviton Pulse. Try and kill as many as possible. And we'll overcharge this one. So it does even more damage. Hopefully that will lock onto someone. And boom. Killed a bunch of people there. Okay, so we're going to... can wall run. Don't take any full damage. And yeah, let's keep moving on. Let's see what is in the cold black.
There he is. Remember what the boss said. No.
Come on, I want to murder you in close combat. There we go. Ooh, that's nasty. Straight through the... So we busted their shield. Come on. There we go. I heard something big and scary just then. Not sure if you guys heard it. So, I'm just going to reload all of my weapons a second. What? It went down really easy. Okay. That's weird. Something isn't right here in this mission. Why did that guy fall so easy?
There he is. Remember what the boss said.
Okay, so we need to power this generator up, which means we need to find the fuel rods. Which also means this is probably nuclear. But we won't question that much. So I need to find another fuel rod. So let's see why they've taken the fuel rods out of this. Let's fuel their energy for our refractor field. And it's a good thing these guys are deactivated. Otherwise this would be quite painful. And look it to see if it's nuclear. I got a feeling our character's been through a lot worse than that. So, right, let's put the last fuel rod in. I'm sure this door wasn't locked for any particular reason. There wouldn't be anything down here that possibly need locking up, right? Oh, a quick save point. So cool. Wow, there's a lot of ammunition and a lot of dead things. Does look like someone or something did try and make a last stand here and didn't survive. And you know what? I think we need to just quickly change the there we go. I see some corpses and it has a bit of a better texture. You're imagining things, Tuppy. This is how every Walmart looks like in the back. Uh-huh. Right, well, I'm going to take the educated guess that this is the strange ship buried underground that we've come here to investigate. So, Geronimo, let's jump over. Oh look, more health. Why is there a glowing light coming from up ahead? Did you guys see that? I'm getting the shotgun out. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, that's what happened to those guys. And, you know, I'm just gonna dial up the audio for you guys a bit more. So hopefully it's a bit more obvious. Now also weirdly slimy and yellowy kind of slime. Oh, there's some mushrooms. Ow. Oh, it's poisoning as well. Okay. So the pus is dangerous. But I see shinies. I have to take the shinies. Ooh, lots of shinies. Oh, I wonder why it's giving me so many powerful... Oh, combat shotgun. That's an interesting weapon for it to provide me with. I will stick to my double barrel shotgun. I don't like how this vent's getting smaller. Can we shoot that? Yes, we can. Okay, that's good to know. Let's keep creeping down. Now, if anything ever screamed boss fight arena, it's this. That guy alive? No? Okay. Let's jump down. Oh, there's a... Oh boy. Okay, if upstairs felt like a boss fight arena, this does so even more. At least this is Imperial. We're fine, we're safe, this is all Imperial technology. Look, it has the symbol of the Mechanicum on it. A flamer. I wish I could equip this. Why can I not equip the flamer? Right. I thought I was about to say we could equip the flamer there. Okay, so more fetch quests. So we need to find more of these around. Okay, there's 2 more here. Cool. Actually, hang on a second. Why are we opening this up? Yeah, I feel like this is a bad idea. For the sake of knowledge. Why is it also allowing me to rearm and resupply? And a save point. Okay. Okay, fine game. Okay. Oh, defense turret. Is this active? Okay. Hold on. I love how this servitor is slaved to it. That's really cool. Hang on a second, wait. So there's sandbags. What the remains of defensive turrets looking into that cold blue mist. And I've got a feeling that's where we have to go. This is starting to get quite tense. Okay. That symbol looks familiar. I think I've worked out what's in the cold black. I think we should go. Join us, Tuppy. No. No, Vicus. No. Well, shit. Yeah, if the symbol didn't give it away... Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, wait, you. Yeah. Fuck off, cultist. Hey, Woo. So, there's Tyranids here. And, yeah, let's, Let's quickly pop all of these, so we don't get caught out. Vicus has nothing but your best interests at heart. Uh-huh. Jesus Christ, look how big that thing is, or was. Oh, God. I really don't like the idea of having to venture much further into this, but I'm going to have to for the sake of the game. Ow. Oh God. Get Doggo on board. Make sure all of our guns are quickly reloaded. Okay, boy. Let's go and see what happens. More ammunition and health. Go, Doggo, go! Good Doggo. Good boy. Okay then. Okay, so my game died, and the computer was already not coping well, which is a shame. Hopefully that does mean we can turn the camera back on. Yeah, cool. But yeah, that's a shame, because I do really want to play that game more. But yeah. Is the stream okay now for you guys? Okay, good. Move myself back. Okay, so, well, that was a quick look at Necromunda Hired Gun. I think the next donation goal will have to be a new graphics card, I think, because yeah, as you guys are probably already familiar with, it's kind of my graphics card's already on its last legs, and yeah, it's probably time for a new card. So I think once we've finished with this goal for the Death Guard, I think the next goal will be towards a new graphics card. And yes, you can raise some money for that. So then I can play more games, hopefully like that. And I am really, really kind of nervous now, actually, that Dark Tide and Space Marine might not run on this computer too well. But yeah, we'll have to see how things go. And what I think I'll do here now, lads, is we'll wrap the stream up for today. And yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. So, as always, if you enjoy watching this content and you want to support it and you want to, help me do this better, then you can always donate on via Ko-fi and give some money to help towards the channel and towards content. If you want to help me on a more permanent basis, there's always Patreon as well. If you do exclamation mark Patreon in chat, it will get a link to that. And yeah, if you aren't already, come and join the Discord server. We have a wonderful little community going on there, and some people working on some really cool projects. And yeah, if you're on YouTube, remember to like the stream or dislike it if you really didn't enjoy it. And yeah, if you missed any parts of the stream and want to watch it back, as always, the entire stream is available on YouTube's afterwards. I always upload all of the VODs, so if you missed anything, you can always go back and watch them. And yeah, I will catch you all tomorrow.